Who's the richest of your favorite Hallmark stars? Is it an old 90210 actor, a famous twin, or maybe one of the kids from Full House? Keep watching to find out. To save on costs, many of Hallmark's Christmas and winter-themed movies are shot in Canada, where tax breaks and other perks allow each film's budget to stretch a little farther. For many of the network's biggest actors, spending a few blustery months in the Great White North is a novel, albeit cold, experience. That's not the case for Hallmark veteran Andrew Walker, as he grew up in Montreal and even booked his first few jobs in the city before moving to California. However, it was after he moved to the warmer climate that Walker's career really took off. The actor landed roles in a number of TV series, including Sabrina the Teenage Witch and The Big Bang Theory. But the bulk of his work has been in Hallmark films. He's made almost 24, which has allowed him to amass substantial wealth. According to Celebrity Net Worth, Walker is worth an estimated $2 million. His longevity with the network has also allowed him to be more selective. When discussing how he chooses the projects he's made up to this point, the actor told fan blog Lolly Christmas, "All in all, I do get to pick and choose." It's a privilege that allows him to take an active role in Little West, the LA-based juice bar he runs with his wife Cass. The juice bar, which opened in 2013, seems to be another major source of income for Walker. Another Canadian, Brooke D'Orsay, got her start in Trailer Vision, a Toronto-based comedy improv troupe. After spending a few years with the group, honing her comedic timing and learning how to play off a close-knit cast, she began landing small roles. In 2004, the actor landed 2 career-changing parts. She was the voice of Caitlin Cook in the animated sitcom 16, and Clarissa, a marijuana-loving college student in Harold and Kumar Go to White Castle. These jobs gave D'Orsay the exposure she needed to be recognized by Hallmark. Despite the fact that she quickly became one of the network's leading ladies, she hasn't limited herself to these projects. In fact, she's had long-term roles on major shows, including 2.5 Men and Royal Pains. All the hard work seems to have paid off for D'Orsay, who has an estimated net worth of $3 million.
Yes! 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 Yes!
Alicia Witt began acting at the tender young age of 7, but rather than start out in something low stakes, like a local theater production, her first role was in the film version of the iconic sci-fi classic Dune. She parlayed that exposure into a slew of guest roles on everything from 2.5 Men to The Sopranos, landing an assortment of movies big and small along the way. Other notable roles include Cheryl on Friday Night Lights, Autumn Chase on Nashville, and Zelda on Orange is the New Black. Witt also made 8 consecutive Christmas movies for Hallmark from 2013 to 2020. Outside of acting, Witt is an accomplished musician. Her work has been featured in TV and movies, even her own. The classically trained pianist has also released a number of solo albums. Other professional accomplishments include writing and producing films for the Hallmark Channel, writing a lifestyle-focused book called Small Changes, and warming up audiences as the opening act at concerts. According to Celebrity Net Worth, Witt is worth $4 million. Jill Wagner's path to becoming a Hallmark Channel star is unorthodox, to say the least. Her first jobs in Hollywood were as a field agent in the practical joke program Punk'd and the on-field host of Wipeout, an obstacle course competition show. Her commanding, upbeat manner on screen meant that casting directors for scripted shows began taking note of her, offering bit parts on crime and sci-fi series. In 2011, she landed her first significant role on one of these series, the recurring character Kate Argent on Teen Wolf. Though she's done some work for other studios, the bulk of her credits come from Hallmark Channel original movies. To date, she's done 10 movies for the network and 7 film-length episodes of the Mystery 101 series. She credits her devotion to the family-friendly studio to her grandmother, telling the Journal-Gazette, "My grandmother really loves Hallmark Christmas movies. She really gets a kick out of me being in one of them. In fact, she picked the first Hallmark movie I did out of the scripts that I sent her." Aww. Off-screen, Wagner partnered with the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society to raise funds and awareness for blood-related cancer cures. It's a cause that became important to her after a cousin was diagnosed with leukemia. The cause is so close to her heart that the actor contributes to the foundation from her own estimated $4 million fortune, allocating portions of her proceeds to the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society. Very few actors can claim that their first role was as cool as Holly Robinson-Peete's, a neighborhood kid on the first ever episode of Sesame Street. Only 5 years old at the time, Robinson-Peete enjoyed working on the episode enough that it seems she decided right then and there to pursue acting as a career. In the 80s and 90s, the young actor landed leading, long-lasting parts on a series of successful sitcoms, including 21 Jump Street and Hangin' with Mr. Cooper. It wasn't until the mid-2010s that Robinson-Peete made the jump to the Hallmark Channel. Despite being relatively newer to the cable network, she's been busy, making annual original Christmas movies and 7 film-length episodes of the Morning Show Mysteries series. Off-screen, Robinson-Peete has written a number of books, including several about autism. She also runs a charity called the Holly Rod Foundation, which provides support for people living with Parkinson's and autism. According to Celebrity Net Worth, Robinson-Peete is worth $4 million. Jessy Schram is the perfect example of an individual who seems to have known their whole life that they're destined to be an actor. The Illinois native began acting as a child, according to her Hallmark profile, working on several commercials and in local and regional theater productions. At 18, she moved to Los Angeles in order to more effectively pursue her dreams.
The sooner you choose to trust me, the more you'll find I'm actually kind of fun to work with.
Some of her first big jobs after landing in Tinseltown were as Susan Davis in Hallmark's Jane Doe movie franchise. After appearing in 9 of those films, the network finally cast her as the leading lady in her first rom-com, Harvest Moon, in 2015. Since then, Schram has appeared in 7 additional Hallmark original movies. At this point, it seems the actor has fully embraced her close relationship with the network. She told TV Fanatic, "They care so much about their stories and their actors and their crew, and really making something as quality as they can. I've just always loved what we're making." Schram added that the Hallmark movies are meant to bring lightness into the world. Even still, she's done plenty of acting outside of the network, with turns on Chicago Med, Once Upon a Time, and Nashville. All of this work has allowed Schram to build her net worth to a cool $3 million. A relative newcomer to the scene, Jessica Lowndes only got her big break in 2005 when she was discovered by Showtime producers. The experience, which took place before her senior year of high school, solidified for the actor what she'd always known. She wanted to move from her native Canada to Hollywood to pursue a career on screen. After relocating and paying her dues in a number of small TV and movie roles, she finally got her big break as Adriana Tate Duncan in the 2008 to 2013 90210 drama. Her experience on the show not only allowed her to hone her acting chops, but also gave her a place to showcase her musical ability. A singer-songwriter, Lowndes has released a number of singles and EPs, but has yet to put out a full-length album of her own, though her songs do appear on a number of movie soundtracks. Hallmark, historically appreciative of multi-talented performers, has also had her sing in a handful of her original films. Interestingly, Deadline announced that Lowndes was cast in a GAC family movie, set to premiere in early 2022. Regardless of her future with Crown Media, it's undeniable that Lowndes' time as a Hallmark Channel star has played a significant part in building her estimated $6 million fortune. 90s kids will remember Tamera Mowry-Housley from the sitcom Sister Sister, which she starred in alongside her identical twin sister, Tia Mowry Hardrict. As a preteen and teenager, Tamera made a ton of family-friendly content, including a number of movies for the Disney Channel and the Lifetime Network. As an adult, she's never strayed too far from those wholesome values, electing to stick with projects that adhere to her Christian morals. In 2020, Deadline reported that Mowry-Housley, who had previously starred in a few Hallmark Christmas films, had signed a deal with Crown Media Family Networks. The agreement locked her in for several more original films that she would both star in and executive produce, as well as a hosting position on the channel's talk show Home and Family. Her 2021 holiday film, The Santa Stakeout, is a product of this deal. Outside of her acting work, Mowry-Housley hosted the daytime talk show The Real for 7 years. She also runs a lifestyle website simply called Tamera Mowry, and YouTube channel The Housley Life, with her husband, Adam Housley. According to Celebrity Net Worth, Tia and Tamera combined are worth $8 million. Marilu Henner is a jack of all trades. A classically trained dancer, she was a teacher and choreographer in her own right by the age of 14. As a young adult, she pursued her passions for performing at the University of Chicago, and she portrayed Marty in the first ever performance of Grease at Kingston Mines. After graduation, she landed the role of Elaine Nardo in the sitcom Taxi. The part made her a household name and earned her 5 Golden Globe nominations. Over the course of her decades-long career, Henner has starred in dozens of TV shows, movies, and Broadway shows. She's also hosted her own radio program, The Marilu Henner Show, as well as 2 TV talk shows. Interestingly, Henner is one of 12 known people to have highly superior autobiographical memory, which means she remembers in almost perfect detail everything that has ever happened to her. The condition has led her to write multiple books about memory and health. Together, these various pursuits have allowed the actor to build her estimated $12 million fortune. Henner has appeared in 6 Hallmark original movies and 17 feature-length installments in the network's Aurora Teagarden Mysteries series. She explained to Media Village that the mystery series is a favorite of hers, saying, "It's really one of those little gems of a job and so special." Henner has also formed a close bond with another Hallmark star, Candace Cameron Bure. So who's the richest Hallmark star? It's Candace Cameron Bure, instantly recognizable as DJ Tanner from the family-friendly sitcom Full House. She's been working in Hollywood since elementary school. Like pal Marilu Henner, Bure wears a lot of different hats as an actor, producer, talk show host, author, and entrepreneur. Bure produced and starred in Fuller House, the Netflix revival of her famous sitcom. She's also a New York Times best-selling author with an array of lifestyle books as well as a series of children's books, and has product lines with both QVC and Dayspring. But her most significant job is being Hallmark's unofficial Christmas queen. In 2021, she made her 10th holiday film for the network. Talking to Fox News about the milestone, she said, "I make them because I love them, and I know that the viewers that watch them really love them, and they mean something to them. I always try to make it the best that I can." In addition to her holiday films, Bure plays Detective Aurora Teagarden in the Aurora Teagarden Mysteries series. On average, she and the network deliver 3 film-length installments of the series each year. The schedule may be a hectic one, but it seems to be worth it, as it's allowed the star to grow her net worth to $14 million, according to Celebrity Net Worth. Check out one of our newest videos right here. Plus, even more Nicki Swift videos about your favorite stars are coming soon. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell so you don't miss a single one.